We're officially in 2026 now, and the global energy landscape is changing. For decades, nuclear power was on the sidelines, but today, it's more of the center of a massive renaissance. And why now? Because AI data centers need more power each day, and it's more power than wind and solar can provide alone. So the answer is SMRs. They're moving from blueprints to reality out of pure necessity. So, what are SMRs? Think of SMRs as the smartphones of nuclear. SMR stands for Small Modular Reactor. They produce up to roughly 300 megawatts, which is around a third of the traditional plant. Enough to power a large factory or a small city. They're meant to be modular. The components are built in factories and shipped to sites. So this cuts the construction time to just 2 or 3 years. This was a big problem with nuclear because of the amount of money and time it took to create these structures. SMRs also get a safety upgrade. They use physics, gravity, and convection to cool themselves without human help or electricity, which is great because that significantly reduces the risk and of human error. Like situations with Chernobyl, can be blamed on human error. So to be able to negate some of that and make it a safer form of energy that can sort of sit in the background in a smaller footprint and just, create tons of power silently for decades. So let's talk pros. Why is the world buying in? The benefits in 2026 are hard to ignore. Unlike reusables, nuclear provides what they call baseload power. Pretty much, it doesn't stop when the sun goes down. It's always going to be producing energy. It's also zero emissions. It is the largest source of carbon free electricity in many regions. The land use for SMRs is very small. The footprint sometimes is only 1% of a traditional plant. Also, AI partnerships now. Big tech is all in now in late 2025, and we're only a couple days in, but already we've seen landmark deals with Google, Microsoft, and Amazon to restart old plants and build new ones. There are going to be byproducts of AI, and one of them might just be a better nuclear infrastructure. So you're probably thinking cons. Let's get to the reality. The first thing is cost. The initial setup is extremely expensive, ranging from $6,000 to $8,000 per kilowatt. And like we talked about, these plants can be up to 300 megawatts. So if you were to take the largest plant at 300 megawatts and the most expensive per kilowatt price that they have, they're saying the initial cost could be up to $2.5 billion, which is huge compared to solar and wind. Also, waste. Long term, there really isn't a great solution to dispose of radioactive waste. The amount of time it takes to not be radioactive, none of us will be alive. So, waste disposal techniques need to be developed and researched. Supply chain also becomes an issue with Russia sort of dominating the fuel supply for the SMRs. Russia has a huge supply of uranium, and that sort of creates a geopolitical bottleneck. Russia's not really known for being friendly or helpful all the time, so countries are going to have to find other ways to get the supplies and resources they need. You might be asking, who are the pioneers of this and where is this happening? And where are these being constructed? And the answer is really everywhere. A lot of countries are starting to move towards nuclear. China's leading the world with nearly 30 reactors under construction. The US signed executive orders in 2025 to streamline licensing, which is going to help quadruple capacity by 2050. There's also emerging countries and nations that you wouldn't think of. They call them the 30 newcomer countries, like Poland and Ghana. They're planning their first plants. Also, a big one in my opinion is the public's opinion. Support is at a decade high. 56% of the European citizens now view nuclear positively, which is a huge step in the right direction. Some of the fear from the past generations of incidents is starting to dwindle, which I don't think it should be ignored, but also a lot has changed over that time, and SMRs prove that there is a safer way to build these. It will take time, but the verdict for 2026, nuclear is no longer a backup plan. It's the engine for the next industrial revolution. Whether it's SMRs or restarting old giants, the goal is clear. We need clean, reliable power for an AI driven future, whether you like it or not.